Now, there was some sad news last night. Former Liverpool Women's manager Matt Beard died aged 47. We're joined now by The Athletic's Charlotte Harper. Charlotte, thanks for joining us on Sunday Supplement. Some really terrible and shocking news last night. How is the footballing world reacting to it?
As you said, just in complete shock to hear such devastating and terrible news about a much-loved and respected manager. Tributes have poured in, not only from the clubs that he managed at, but throughout women's football and from players across several different clubs within the women's game. US women's national team head coach Emma Hayes, who succeeded him at Chelsea, described him as one of the best humans, and Gilly Flaherty, who was captain under him at West Ham, said she would have travelled all around the world to play for Matt Beard. So very devastating news, and understandably many people are in shock and deeply affected.
Charlotte, he had such a big impact in women's football, even leading Liverpool to back-to-back WSL titles back in 2013 and 14. What will his legacy be, do you think?
He'll leave an indelible mark on the women's game. You know, he championed and believed in women's football when very few did. He was fiercely competitive, so passionate. He gave opportunities to young players such as Missy Kearns, who said such in her tribute to him as well. But most importantly, he had that warmth and empathy and a very decent, down-to-earth man. And our thoughts will go out to all his family, friends and loved ones and those who knew him so well.
Charlotte Harper, thank you so much for joining us this morning on Sunday Supplement.
Thank you.
John, Charlotte mentioned there, Matt Beard, fiercely competitive and passionate. You came across him a number of times, didn't you? What legacy do you think he will leave?
Yeah, what a great tribute, I must say, from Charlotte there. And I noticed then that Liverpool have postponed their game out of tribute today, haven't they? I came across him a few times, actually, and you know, one of the most memorable was actually on sort of kind of the FA do a pro licence course, which a few journalists, you know, I think we've all attended and sort of kind of invited along to kind of give sort of kind of media training, if you like, to kind of pass these badges, what questions they might ask. And what I encountered actually there was a really passionate guy, so, you know, determined to succeed and probing, asking questions, so invested in the sport and what he did. You know, honestly, for a room full of kind of prospective managers, sometimes, you know, people don't step forward and ask questions. He certainly did, and was determined to improve and succeed. I saw a very, very passionate manager who's obviously had a great, you know, career in the game, and seen it, and then other awards dinners where he has been the beneficiary, indeed, because of what he's done within the women's game. He was so passionate about it, and the determination to improve him, but also improve the wider women's game. That's what really stood out to me as a really invested, a really passionate guy who was so, you know, in love with what he did and indeed what he stood for and what he wanted to improve in the women's game. Really impressed by him, and it's such sad news, it really is, for football as a wider community, because a really, really good man.
Yeah, really sad news. Matt Beard passing away at the age of 47.